What's up, family? Happy Tuesday. So, almost halfway through the week. Stay strong, keep pushing. Today, I'm going to talk about nitrogen shock charging. So, for me, it was always a struggle trying to charge my shocks because I didn't have a bottle. So, I would go to tire shops, and tire shops usually charge you about 20, 40 bucks per shock or something like that just to charge them, And what if your shocks leak? What if you got a slow leak? What if, hey, I got to break down the front and do some work, but I got to take the shocks off and recycle, and I got to recharge the shocks, and then I have to take it back to the shop just to charge them, and it's pretty ridiculous not or trying to get it done when you don't have a bottle. So I decided, hey, why not buy a bottle and do it myself? That saves you time and money. Most importantly, time, because we got some money. We can handle 20, 40 bucks, but the time that we spent going to do this is time we could have spent elsewhere working, getting ahead on our maintenance and stuff like that. So we're going to go into it right now. Once again, thanks guys for coming back to my videos again. Keep these going, keep making them better. Damn, that's so bright. Keep making them better, and keep pushing on. Thanks, guys. All right, my friends, right here is my bottle. So I got this bottle from Airgas. I just actually exchanged for a new one today. I've had a bottle for about a year. I haven't had this whole setup for about a year. It's worked well. I've helped people in the desert. I've helped people in all different scenarios. So it's good to have, and it's always good to buy your own tools. That way you can only rely on yourself to get the job done. Because sometimes you don't got somebody around that has the tools. So always be prepared and always rely on yourself whenever you're gonna go out in the desert and do these things. This bottle I got for I believe like 40 bucks, 40 to 70 bucks. I think the initial was like 40 or 70. And after a year, I don't know if I used it all in like a year and a half, 2 years, I had to just get a new bottle today, and it cost me around 35 bucks to get a brand new bottle exchange. You exchange the bottle, they give you a full one that's already filled. That has this little stamp here that tells you it's from Airgas. This regulator assembly I got from this dude named his name is Mike, but his Instagram handle is Baja Mike. He lives here in Camarillo. He gave me a really good deal, and I think it was like, I don't know if it was 70 bucks. I bought it a couple years ago, but it's really cool. Nice regulator. This right here is going to show how much is actually in the bottle. This gauge right here, and this one is how much is on the manifold itself. So the manifold is how much pressure you want going into the shock. This is good because you can monitor it and have it, set at 200 psi. That way you're not overcharging your shocks. Recommended 150 to 200 psi. I usually put 200, give or take. If the pressure fluctuates, I usually let it pressurize for a couple minutes. But so you set this right here. You set your manifold pressure, and you make sure you have this open, and then you follow this. This is a really nice setup right here. This little gauge tells you exactly what's in the shock. So you see I'm right here at, what is it? About 160. I charged it up to 200, but I didn't let it sit. I closed it right away because I was like, oh, might as well make a video. So this is me making the video. So here you got this shows the shock, what's in the shock. This red button right here will deplete the pressure. So because I currently have it closed right now, it depleted the rest of the pressure. So next thing we're gonna do is let's see, open this back up, see if it'll let me do this. I swear time lapse is nice because I only got one hand right now. But yeah, I'll explain the process, guys. Let's go over the process. All right, let me put it back on here. Okay. So right here, now that I put it back all the way on, I forgot I started taking it off. It's showing that we're at 190. So this right here is the screw that depresses the valve stem that's in here in order for you to let air in. Without that valve stem depressed, it's not going to allow the air to come in. Now look at this booger weld, all right? It's from a long time ago. This is from my original setup. I got to grind it out and clean it. I know you guys are like, dude, look at this dude's fucking fab work. It's not Tanner's fab work. So yeah, this thing depresses the valve stem in here and allows pressure to go into the shock. So you're going to twist this piece on first, and you're going to twist this red piece behind it. That way it depresses that and allows pressure to come here and to feed into this. And when you open this guy right here, this allows pressure from here to go into the shock. So the pressure must be greater, obviously, in order to go into the shock. That's just common sense. So we have it currently set at 200 psi. So we'll open this. So it's right there at 200. We can kind of crank it up a little bit. Just a little bit, tad bit. Don't want too much. So right now it's right on the money at 200. So right now we're gonna let it settle for a couple minutes. Just kidding. For like 15 seconds or something like that. Let it settle and equalize. The reason why I came over here and charged the shock was because the shock was leaking. I know it's from the shock because there's nothing else in this area. I already checked the brake lines and stuff. So when the shocks are not pressurized and exerting force onto the seals, sometimes they'll leak. So it's good to have always pressure. To always have pressure in the shock and have it charged. That way you're not leaking fluid, because the less fluid, the less dampening, the faster it's going to overheat, and you'll be in some more money for a rebuild. So other than that, let it equalize. You close this back up. Bam, unscrew this, take it apart, and go into your next shock. I can try to link you guys in the description where I got this whole setup, but if you guys are interested in this, just hit me up on my Instagram or YouTube and I can help get you guys set up. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.